everyone, Combi Driver here, coming back at you to show how fun this daily scene was, because it provided good close racing, risky overtakes, and battles for the lead that go down to the wire. So join me to see all that in this video. We are at Daytona Road Course in Group 4 machinery, which in my opinion is a very good combo, and I will explain why throughout the video. As you may saw, we have picked the Bugatti Veyron, which is the meta car, but not the only option. The Ferrari 458 was a solid alternative as well. We are starting from the back to spice things up, and in a B-rated lobby as I'm trying to gain more DR in this second account, Coaster Driver. Starting from here, the goal on the first lap is to survive and not crash, so we are going to take things easy now. As we see some fighting ahead between Peking Racing and Osmala BR, and that's something that you're gonna see very much throughout this race. So far, nobody has crashed. However, as we passed turn 4, we saw someone doing a strange move and ending up on the grass.
Bye, have a great time.
That did not end up well, but we are no longer lads. The pack is still holding up nicely even though they are very close to each other. Now we are heading to the corner that leads to the fast section of this course, and from now we are going to speed things up to where the action is. And that is going to be the bus stop. This is an important section, and with all that close racing in front, chaos may ensue. And it kind of does, as a Ferrari is taking the wrong line and we are able to climb one more position and get a good exit. So this might be the chance to get one position more. As I told you, the Ferrari is a viable choice here because of its handling, but in terms of top speed, the Veyron is the actual winner. And we will try to take advantage of that right here, as a couple of cars are taking penalties, going very slow, almost avoiding contact there. We are still gaining, but I don't know if it will be enough for an overtake into turn 1. In we go on the outside. The Ferraris brake late, but maybe too late, going wide and opening the space for me going on the inside. That's 2 more positions and we are up into P10. What you saw is a reason why I think this is a good combo, as the Ferrari is trying to make a comeback but doesn't quite make it. As I was saying, the heavy braking zone of turn 1 after a long straight is a good point for overtaking. It's tricky, yes, and it can lead to mayhem, but it's a good opportunity. Now into turn 5, I got a good run against that McLaren, and we look up to the right and we go for it. However, that McLaren has other plans and goes super wide, promoting us to P9. This is another good feature of this track. The infield has simple but nice corners that also give the chance of overtakes and dives, even though they might be dangerous sometimes. We are going to fast forward again into the bus stop to see if we can get a good exit this time, braking at the warning sign past the number 2, looking to right the curbs, and we are going to see, following this Ferrari, we don't quite get a good exit, I believe, but it is enough to be close. Let's see what we can do from here. The Ferrari doesn't have much of a benefit from the slipstream in front, as he is quite far away. So this looks like perfect ground to attempt an overtake right on the straight, and we are going to see how it goes. We are going to get a side to side with clean air down to the main straight. However, you're going to notice something. As I'm going on the outside, I don't gain that much. I'm running out of a straight and we are heading into turn 1. The Ferrari has the inside, he brakes later than us, but looks like he's going to go wide. We get the inside now and it's going to be side to side through turn 2. Looking to get this corner nice and cleanly, and we are going to see if we can get him on the next braking zone. We are on the outside now, still side to side, and it is hard to get a good exit from here without going wide, so for now the Ferrari keeps P8. Let's see if we can get him on turn 5. Getting a good run through this corner, we are going to look on the inside and braking as late as we dare, and we claim that position. As I get bumped, the Ferrari doesn't look happy with it, but we keep it. Here we need some catching to do, but we are going to jump further onto the lap. Into the bus stop, looking to get closer to the Ferrari of good win, but I don't get a good run, and apparently the stewards see that as a penalty. We are going to receive a 0.5 second penalty that we are going to serve right away. Now here my worry is that I will lose P8 against clean air, but let's see as we are approaching the penalty zone. We are forced to brake and we drop down a gear, and we are going to see that Ferrari on the back is gaining. Still looks like it's gaining, but looks like it's not going to be enough. Into the braking zone for the fourth time, the Ferrari tries to get closer here but doesn't get a good exit, so we are going to jump further on the race again on the bus stop, where we are getting closer to the group in front, and this time we get a good exit here. This looks enough to gain momentum against the two Ferraris in front. Now, here the Ferrari of Goodwin goes up and I decide to work with him, starting the bomb draft to get past the Ferrari of Wigged. And by using this tactic, we are able to gain P7. That done, it's time to take Goodwin's position. I know, it looks sort of a betrayal, but he gained one as well. We are going to the inside, looking to that white line in the middle as a braking reference, and we gain P6, Super GT's favorite place, and we get very close to the barrier, but we survived. Now we jump to the beginning of the next lap, where we have a clear visual of the lead group and we have P1 on side. Out of turn 1, thanks to the ideal racing line, we gain nicely against P5 and we are in striking distance. We move late to the inside, try to make a dive, and let's see if we can stop it. We kind of do, and we gain P5 as a result. With Anthope out of the way, the goal is to catch the pack again. With 4 laps ahead, it is looking pretty good. However, as we get to turn 5, a Ferrari takes out a variant in front and Anthope dives again for that position, and we are going to perform half a switcheroo as there are 3 cars out on the grass. All of a sudden it's a fight for P2. Anthope has the inside for this next corner and he manages to keep that position for now. Into the fast section, the back straight, I start to gain against him, and he, as you will see, will start to go defensive. So to make things more complicated, I pull to the right side. He goes very defensive and this will be dangerous. It could be a big win or a big lose. Onto the braking, I give him space and don't get a good exit as a consequence. However, he does get a 1 second penalty. And that is going to mean that we are going to get P2 for free. Well, kind of, as we force the error somehow. So now we need to do some catching with P1. Something that we are going to do by the end of lap 8. Now here on the bus stop, I am going to get a decent run against him, as you're going to see, and we will try to capitalize on it. The inconvenience is that Victorious is in a Bugatti as well as me, so he is going to have the same top speed. Well, I have the slipstream, that's a difference, but we will see. Here I'm going to the outside to then come back to his slipstream and get that slingshot effect that will help me to get that P1. Now, will this be enough for an overtake into turn 1? We are now side to side onto the finish line and we are heading into turn 1. He brakes late and manages to get the position. He doesn't outbrake himself somehow, so he is able to keep P1. But we are still on the chase and we are going to look for an opportunity here on the midfield to see if we can get the victory. He goes a little bit wide on this turn 3 and we don't get quite a good exit that puts us on the back foot. But still we have the advantage of the slipstream. We need to not fall back and be patient and wait for the last lap. And here we are, last lap, and we are still right up on his bumper. We are close enough to try another overtake here on this infield. Now we are going into turn 3, a good braking zone, and we are going to go to the outside. He remains on the inside, and let's see if we can get a good exit. It doesn't look like it as we are going kind of wide, but we are very close. So close that I decide to stay on his inside for this next corner, but it's going to be the outside for turn 5. Maybe as he outbrakes himself, it's going a little bit wide, but I reduced the speed a lot unfortunately, but I'm trying to be patient here, as we are going to see that my braking pedal is starting to do very strange things. And that's something that puts me off because it makes me lose concentration on this last crucial lap. In the back straight for a last time, I try to pull a little bit of a gap behind him because I don't want to be too close as we come to the bus stop. However, I brake a little bit late. We got almost into his bumper, but as a consequence, I get a bad run. We are 4/10ths behind and dropping down a little bit. Will the slipstream be enough on this last corner to take P1 we are about to see? It feels a long way behind. We are just starting to gain on him. Let's see onto the main straight. We are pulling ever close. He tries to bait the toe a little bit, but he remains onto his speed, and as we get to the finish line, it's not going to be enough, sadly, and we come home with a P2 from last. This might not be the whole result that we may wanted, but it was a good one still, a good podium. But it was a fun one, taking on 14 positions with a lot of overtakes, incidents, and a battle for the lead on the last lap is all that this combo can offer, and it was very fun indeed. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, leave a like, and I would like to know, what do you think about this combo? Let me know in the comments. This was Combi Driver, keep improving and have fun. I will see you next time.